All right, guys, some of you may know I have entered Open Qualifying. Oh yeah, I've done it. And it's actually taking place in 3 weeks' time. I'm excited about it. I'm also very nervous. Now, the goal is to try and go to Open Qualifying and break 75. That's my goal. To try and get into the Open is only a dream. It really is. Because to get into the Open, for me, I'd have to have 3 of my greatest rounds of golf ever, back to back, to have a chance of getting in the Open. So I'm going to go to regional qualifying, which again is in 3 weeks' time, and try and shoot the best score I possibly can and make a cool video for you guys. Now, I've done this for 2 main reasons. Number 1, to get back in the ring a little bit, to test myself, to have a scorecard in my hand, to, I don't know, feel that buzz and that excitement. And number 2, to make me practice a bit more, like to work on my game, work on my weaknesses. How can I keep improving? Because my golf game over the last couple of years haven't been what I would like it to be. Now, this isn't the first time I've entered Open Qualifying. If you're an OG fan of the channel, you remember 7 or 8 years ago I tried to qualify for the Open. And that was a real journey of playing a lot of competitions. That's not going to happen this year. It's really for me just to motivate myself, work hard, and hopefully represent and shoot a good score in Open Qualifying. Now, we're going to do 4 videos, and each video is going to have a different topic. The 4th one will actually be me playing in Open Qualifying and seeing what I shoot. But we're going to start things off with episode number 1. Now, I think it's important that we address my biggest weakness first. You might notice where I am. I'm here at Woburn on the short game area. And I've enlisted the services of my main man, Dan Grieve, one of the best short game coaches in the world. Now, I've worked with Dan before. He's definitely helped improve my short game, but we kind of need those final touches now. We need to be getting up and down every single time, not just every now and again. Because if I'm going to try and break 75 at Open Qualifying, we need the short game to be absolute fire. Without further ado, let's improve my biggest weakness and let's go and make it a strength. Right, Dan, I need your help, pal. It's improved, you know, since I last saw you.
Yes,
it's improved a lot. I've been getting up and down slightly more than what I had been doing. My confidence levels, let's say, when I very, very first came to see you, I reckon I was at, 1 out of 10 confidence level. I think the second time I came and saw you, which we didn't actually make a video on, you got me up to about 5 or 6. And I'm probably sat at around a 6 or 7 now.
Which is a big improvement.
It's huge.
From where you were. And you had so many questions last time and so many kind of, misunderstanding about how you approach short game that what I'm seeing and hearing from you now, you've got a bit more clarity. Definitely. Which is absolutely key.
I think where I'm getting with at the moment, I feel like I'm definitely hitting a much better variety of shots. I'm not scared about getting a wedge out when I need to and be able to play good shots. I think I'm probably in that mindset at the moment where I'm thinking too much about technique and not thinking too much about results. A lot of times I've hit a good shot and I'm like looking up and going, oh, it's nowhere near the hole.
Just not close, yeah, sure.
And I'm really, really, really struggling on awkward lies.
Okay, all right, sounds good. So I think what we'll do today is we'll have a look at your technique. We'll have a look at that, but it sounds like you're very typical of a lot of players who maybe didn't quite get it, struggled, and you've improved, but you're still very much in that technical mindset. You're very much wrapped up in what you've got to do. Now, as you start getting better, which you have, you've got to allow yourself to move on, which is actually start to just see the shot, visualize it and play the shot.
Yeah.
And don't get wrapped up in your technical bit, which sounds like that's where you are. So today we've got to try and release your mind a little bit so you can start playing with a bit more flair. So we'll have a look. Let me sort of sign you off, as it were, in terms of your technique and setup, so you can, know what you're doing well. Okay. And then we'll get into hopefully a bit more shot making. We're going to play some really basic ones, just this front pin. Then we'll place them to the back pin, but very much working on that chip and run, release one style, basic bread and butter chip.
Okay.
Anything you are thinking a bit, but what would be your key thoughts that you're still going through your mind when you're setting up or playing this shot?
I probably don't think a lot about setup, but I like to keep my hands soft. And I really am focusing on always turning through.
Yeah.
That was a...
Because you were underneath, weren't you, last time?
Yeah. Even just a couple of times when I've sent you videos in between seeing you, it was just making sure I turn to the point where I feel like my chest, everything's almost at the target.
Yeah, sure.
When I hit bad shots, I just feel like I get here.
Yeah.
So I'm really trying to make sure I turn. So soft hands and turn, they're my two main things.
Okay.
I wouldn't say I'm religiously going 1, 2 and 3 releases. It's kind of happening, but I don't know why.
Okay. So you're slightly letting it's coming out a bit more naturally now as well, which is good. All right, let's have a look.
I don't think I'm even picking a shot. Like if I'm, this to me isn't, I'm not even thinking release 1, I'm just thinking, right, turn through, soft hands.
And generally, I mean, that was an okay strike, so a 6 out of 10 strike, but I mean, you know, you've hit it to 2.5 feet.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be overly disappointed with that, if I'm honest with you. That's one I'm not the biggest fan of.
Jumps on you.
Just feels like I like, it just comes out hot and left.
Yeah. Would you say that was the biggest complaint you've got, that type of shot there?
That one, and I still often get the kind of one that almost flares open a bit right.
Okay. You're setting up absolutely world class over the ball.
Okay, good.
Like your setup basics are perfect. In terms of the swing itself, again, last time we battled against you getting very much kind of flat with the wrist and behind on the plane, so the swing plane was this way, you would then counter that with this sort of move. Your swing plane now is perfect.
Great.
It's much better. The shaft's much more of an extension of the arm. You've also got a little bit of rotation in the right hip now, so your shoulders are turning a little bit flatter, which is helping. So that's good as well.
Great.
And the length of swing's improved.
Good.
So we know we're setting up well, we know we've got the backswing correct, but really I want you to focus just a little bit more technically on where this butt of the grip is travelling from the top of the swing. And you want to be feeling like it's travelling more up,
okay,
like it's working more back up towards you. But you can see what allows me to do that is how I move around the shot this way. So keep working on that rotation and really focus as well on the top of your arm. I think this will be the best way around it for you. The top of the arm has to retain more pressure, and I want you to do lots of practice swings like this,
okay,
where you're really holding the top of your arm in. So your thumb's on your chest, your fingers are holding the top of the arm in, and you go left arm only, and you just get that nice feeling. Because see how the butt of the grip's working this way?
Yeah.
So your bad one will be more this way. You get a bit of daylight here, the butt of grip travels down too long, and then you're either going to just stub it a little bit or you're going to want to hold it off this way.
So I'm more like this?
Yeah, so that's it. So really apply pressure here. Now you've got to apply the pressure at the right point in the swing. So if you take it away, so your bad one would be a little bit of a yank on it, a bit of a pull down this way.
Yeah.
This arm starts to separate, and then you hold it off this way.
I can feel that.
Okay. So basically your club isn't landing and sliding for long enough. So if you take it back there, this time as you come down here, apply a little bit of pressure this way. Feel that?
Yeah.
And then you'll feel at the bottom of the club head starts to work more this way. And the handle works more upwards as you rotate the body, rather than letting that handle work down for too long. You hit a couple first, and I'm just going to give you this pressure point, so you'll feel it. I'm going to exaggerate it slightly, so we'll hit a few balls, but I'll really take care of that left arm for you, okay? You just swing it as normal. Okay, and again, now you know what I'm doing. Now, how did that feel? I know you overhit it a bit, but that was on the turf.
It feels like my 56 has added loft again.
Good.
It feels like you've added more loft to my 56.
Did you feel the sole on the ground for longer?
I possibly wasn't focusing on that as much.
Yeah, don't worry about the pin. We're just going to hit some shots to get the technique. Here we go. So that was lovely. You hit that 3 inches heavy, but look.
I was going to say, it feels like if I'd have hit the ground there previously, I'd have fatted it.
Yeah, because that handle was going down too much. Whereas now your handle's swinging up as you're releasing and opening your chest up, and then you can trust it. And I promise you, Rick, when you stand over a chip shot, knowing you don't need to be perfect, much better way to play the game.
Just a bit. Just a bit.
Right, don't you
I do still feel like I have to gain perfect contact.
Yeah. And if you think about the whole thing for you now, you know, as you're going to compete and going to Open Qualifying and all the matches you play going forward, you've really got to get yourself in a position over the ball where you don't need to be perfect, and that's how you're going to relax. That's how you're going to score. Okay, and deal with that pressure. That's it. Think about that butt of the grip working up, top of the arm staying in nice and close, body opens up, club slides more. See, I love that. I love that. And one little thing, just hold your finish on the next few as well, and we'll just check where that club face is exiting, because when you were warming up there and the first few shots you hit, I just noticed that when you're coming through, a lot of time your face would do this.
Yeah.
Like it would actually twist this way. and that was when it was going this way diagonally across the grooves. What we should find now you're actually releasing the club properly is the face is almost drawing a bit.
Yeah.
Okay, as opposed to kind of holding it off.
It's matched up back with the back of the left hand again, isn't it, really?
Yeah, that's class. Love that. That is safe as houses. Good. Right, how did that feel?
Like I would have expected to have chunked it.
Yeah, well, let's have a look on here. So let's see where this lands. There we go. So I would say the club now, it's on the turf now, which is what, 2 inches? Yeah. It's still on the turf, it's still on the turf, it's still on the turf. That's on the turf for sort of 7, 8, 9 inches there. All right.
That's wild.
Yeah. And that's the sort of security we're after.
That would make such a big difference to me. I still feel like as much as my short game's improved and we've got to that 6 or 7% confidence level, I do still feel like I've got to catch it perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's testing.
You've also got to redefine what a good shot looks. I mean, some people say hit 2, 3 inches behind the ball and they're sort of saying, oh, it's not perfect, but you almost want to celebrate those ones because that means your technique's in a good place. Obviously, you don't need it all the time. You still want to be a little bit nearer the ball than that, but still sometimes that handle just wants to pull a bit there, Rick. Just go to the top again. So this would be the bad one.
Yeah.
It goes down, it travels downwards. You want to be feeling like it's going that way. Okay, feeling real different things, yeah?
Okay.
So that's the feeling. So do this, hold it just in your right hand at the bottom, right at the bottom, and then a couple of fingers against the top of the grip. That's it, take a backswing. And basically that gap between the butt of grip and your arm on your bad one would retain or probably even get a bit bigger.
Yeah.
That's a fabulous drill for you.
We want to short on it.
Yeah. That's it. And by the way, that's not an active sort of scoop. We're not really trying to make that happen. If you're light enough in your grip and you are, and your length of swing's adequate, which it is, and you concentrate on just moving the chest this way, but you'll see how the butt of grip travels this way.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
I'll be watching it.
So here we go. Keep moving. Open up through the ball as you make that move.
I think that felt very different there, though.
Yeah. Let me move you. You do the move with the butt of the grip, I'll move your chest better. There you go, that's pure.
Yeah, I can really feel that.
Just going to move you a little bit more onto it this time. I'm doing 2 things here. I'm adding pressure here and I'm moving your right hip a little bit more over the shot. That's pure. Do you feel that as well?
Yeah.
Does that feel a little bit more rotation than normal?
Yeah, it felt like my body was moving faster, but I could move the arms a bit slower.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, good. Just go to the top. I don't want to dwell on the bad one, but you can feel the difference. This will be bad for you.
Yeah.
Okay, and this will be good. That's good, okay. Yeah, that is as good as it gets, Rick. That is world class. Okay, let's hit a couple to the back pin. Same shot, just going to carry it a little further now. So what are we now? We're 20 yards or so. So let's carry this up well over halfway. Same thing, just see if you can lengthen the swing and hit it further without driving that handle down too much. You can, that's absolutely pure.
That stops so quick.
And it's interesting, I mean, you hit that as good as it gets, but it's like, what, 8 feet short?
Yeah.
And this is what we're saying, so this is where we've got to now move into a little bit about actually how do we get the thing close? Because you struck that as good as it gets.
Well, I think I would have landed that where I would have expected to land it.
Yeah, okay.
Driving it in lower.
Right, sure, yeah.
I don't think the landing spot was far off where I was trying to land it.
Yeah, fantastic. Absolutely beautiful. There you go, that checked and just ran out a bit more. And that's a great point as well. And if you look at the absolute top players in the world when they hit shots like this, and if you were to stand behind them and they were playing the same shot over and over again, their ball would go through the exact same pocket of space in the air every single time. Like, to really master it, you've got to get control over your launch height. Yeah. And then because you were driving it and you had that sort of face twist this way, you could get that low left one, you could get that high right one. So what do you think that's going to do to your instinct in terms of how you see the shot?
I've not hit the low.
No, you've not hit the low right. But Rick, if you're not hitting that launch window, there's no way your instinct can start to feel where you're going to land it and how much it's going to route, because you're not seeing the ball doing the same thing every time. See, that was a little of the old one there, where you just pulled back down and then drop the right shoulder
What I feel like
down.
I'm trying to do is get this to touch there.
Yeah, that's the feeling, but make sure you're really moving with it, okay? Really open up. That right pocket is actually turning onto the ball, and you good one. Like that is as good as it gets. Love that. Absolutely love that. I mean, that must have felt pretty good.
I stopped so quick. It's ridiculous. It's like, we were joking with like, almost like using brand new wedges.
Yeah.
That's the type of shot you expect to see.
Yeah, sure.
And these are old,
Yeah.
and it got that much spin.
Good. Now, if you look at that club face now, you see how it's slightly turned over? I mean, that's a great shot again. Now, don't move. So this is where you are now, and I love that. Almost a little bit of a draw feel. I don't know if that makes sense to you as a feel, right? Now, before, it was more like that.
That was desperately adding loft,
because you were trying to save what you were taking off, you see. That's good. Listen, I love that. That's, there's your basic low shot, and I'm delighted with that. So it's a little bit kind of over you to get some practice in there, but there's not too much for you to think about there, no. I don't think, technically. And that shouldn't take long for that to sort of become, you know, very, very natural to you.
We're starting to go towards target.
Yeah, let's get into the runoff and then play some softer ones now, okay? Okay, right, we're in a runoff area now, and we're going up and back down, downslope, pins, 5 yards on. So this is where we need a little bit more control. We're not looking for a lob shot here. We're just looking for a little bit more spin, more like sort of medium flight. How's this shot been?
I really don't like these for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't like it when I feel like I've got to get height.
Yeah.
And again, whether it's because I'm driving it and then trying to add height at the last minute, I just never like an uphill shot like
well, it
this.
makes sense from your previous technique, doesn't it?
Well, if I was elevated, if
fine.
I'm higher than the green, I love that shot.
Yeah, so after you can just play your normal shot, check it down there, right? So I've given yourself an okay lie there. Let me just watch you play a couple, because the big thing here, Rick, which I think you and many golfers maybe sort of struggle with, is actually understanding what the lie allows you to do. Like the lie read down here is just absolutely key.
Yeah.
So that lie there is fine. Let's no excuse on that lie. So let's see you play a couple to that pin. Played that pretty well.
Yeah. I think I could land, obviously it's a great result.
Uh-huh.
I think I can land that a bit more on the green if I catch it well.
So that face is just shutting down a little bit going back, and we'll get a little bit more cupping of that left wrist.
It's shutting going back?
Yeah, a little bit. That's why it's coming out a bit flat. Also, I would get you a bit wider in the stance for this shot. So we go there, ball up on that left heel, open a face just a fraction. So if you take a backswing now, so you get a little bit that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you just want to be feeling, again, it shouldn't feel too much. It's not like you're drastically out, but you want to be feeling a little bit more elbow fold here and trying to get it more this way.
Yeah.
That alone is going to get the loft and bounce on. And I think you've got the feeling of the release. It's pretty much the same sort of feeling we just worked on, where it works more this way now. Okay, so it's more here. In direct contact with this slide, we are trying to hit behind it, but you want to be finishing more this way. The faces will be turning over now. So it is looking back at you here now, right?
Yeah.
But the big thing, just try and get this here. You get that there, I think you'll be in business, okay?
Well, that's what I was doing the golf club for 15 years, so I should be pretty good at that.
That's it. Now that for me is a much better shot. You've carried it onto the green with much more control. All we've really done there is widen the stance, put the ball forward and cup the wrist a touch more.
It was outrageously higher.
Yeah, it doubled in height, didn't it? So that was good. Backswing was better. It was a little bit driven still.
Was it?
You can still release that better, but again, it's okay. Look at the results we're getting.
I think what I've got to feel the confidence with, that I need to get those ones where it feels like the club's like this forever.
Yeah.
For me to really stop that driven.
I mean, like that, you hit that 3 inches heavy.
Yeah, it sounds daft. If I get a few more of those, I can start going.
Yeah, totally. I mean, when you're practicing, I'll show you. So, when you're practicing, you want to be doing that. I mean, I'll try and like duff this. So I'm going to hit this like way back. That was 2 inches before the ball.
Yeah.
Look how soft that came off. Yeah, so it's almost like intentionally. I mean, you need the right lie. This is where the lie read's really, absolutely key. But the more you try and hit back on it, I think the more you're going to release it, which is what you want. But you've got to get away from that one, because that is However well you try and release it, your golfing instinct is higher than most. So if you go this way, you're always going to go this way.
Yeah.
Okay, but if you can go here, you can go this way and really make sure you're hitting that back on it, yeah?
Like I say, naturally I open the face so much anyway.
Yeah. Good, much better stance width now. Ball's forward, little cup of the wrist, land it before the ball.
Bit driven.
A little driven. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's really trying to hit that behind the ball line as well.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Look how safe that is. Look how soft it came off.
So soft.
That was what, 3 inches back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to put my grip here just to try and promote a slightly narrow arc. So the one you get a bit driven, you drive into it, you hit it. So you're not going to hit me. Don't let it be in your mind at all. We're just going to just provide a little bit of a feel. There you go. See how it pops up more. So really getting away from this long arc. Okay, so nice and narrow in that arc through the ball. Can you loosen your grip a little bit, particularly your thumbs, right? In fact, you could almost take your thumbs off the grip and hit one. Because for you, I think a lot of your drive, if you actually identify which part of the grip does it, it's really the pads in transition that squeeze and drive. So if you take the thumbs off the grip, you get much better awareness of where the weight of the club head is. Just try practice swing, no thumbs. Do you feel the club head?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So let's put your thumbs on, but don't put them on. Have them just literally resting.
Yeah.
Like they're not on the grip, okay? Now just hit one now. A little bit of cupping, feel the weight of the club head. Yeah, nice control, good.
My thumbs wanted to desperately grab on there, you know.
Right, take them off totally this time then. Totally off the grip, that's it. Feels weird, right? It's a great drill for you because you want to be feeling like you're holding the grip in the fingers at the back.
It just shows how much my thumbs must be
interfering
with my shot.
That's it, take them off. Feel the weight of the club head. Keep moving with the release. See how, look how soft that came off. That was lovely. Okay, cool. Right, put them on now, but don't put them on if that makes sense. Just gently resting on. A little bit of cupping in the left wrist. Nice and relaxed. Land it, slide it.
Oh,
yeah, a little bit short there. That's the problem. You get a little bit short, you're going to tend to want to drive. Come down. Okay. Feel that transfer. So you're feeling the pace transfer down the shaft. Lovely shot. Good shot. So you've got to transfer the energy. Almost feel like it transfers down the handle towards the club head.
That was a good description, that.
Yeah. That's the best one you've done. Look at that. See the ball spin, jump up in the air and go in.
Oh, that did land soft.
Yeah. So it's just getting that transfer, yeah? So we don't want the energy this way. The energy goes this way.
I think where I struggle sometimes, I was thinking about that one a bit, when I almost go so relaxed, it feels like loose.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but that's why we need to make sure that the chest keeps the speed, the chest keeps the firmness in the movement. I mean, that's as good as it gets. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So, I know what you mean. If you're so loose and you just put it on the board and you don't do anything, yeah, it's just going to pop up real weak, but you have to move with it. I've been giving you what I describe as green light lies there. They're lies that actually you can play this shot. You can let the club land and slide. We have an amber light lie would be something like that.
For me, anything that's not perfect from here, I absolutely hate it.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's get into that now. So, first off, just put the club behind that one and the club behind that one. See if you can feel the difference between green and amber.
That's just got a bit of fluffiness to it.
It's got a bit of give to it, hasn't it?
That's not got anywhere.
Yeah, okay.
It's not a bad lie.
No,
but it's
firmer.
It feels like I can't slide it. Where that one, I feel like I can slide the club.
Yeah.
But I quite like being in semi-rough.
Yeah, because you know you can get underneath it. Yeah, exactly. So, but this is so important, Rick, that you don't. I don't want you to play in, in competitions going forward, and when you got your matches, that you think your eyes tell you to play a shot because of the visuals you got in front of you, as in the mounds, but the lie's not really allowing you to do it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Because if you try and play it from here, you try and play your normal technique, that can happen, where it just basically lands and kicks. It was never suitable to play that shot. And then you hit that shot and you think, well, crikey, what's wrong with my technique? When actually it was a misread on the lie. So in terms of when you get these lies, do you have any strategies to it when you get a lie like that, and what you might try and do?
The only two, I mean, if we stick in with a wedge, I mean, I'd instantly want to change clubs.
Yeah.
Straight away. I'd want to put it, I'd want to use a 3-wood,
Yeah.
I'd want to use a 7-iron. Yeah. I have in the past used it where I stand really close and almost use the toe.
Yeah.
I've more recently been kind of trying to chop across a lie like that. But I've got no
See, right, you've got to get a little bit steeper. If I was in this situation with a lie like that, I'd get a little fairway wood or a hybrid on that and just pop it, because it's such an easy shot. It pops up. Do you do that at all?
Yeah, I've started to.
Yeah.
A few more 3-wood shots around the green.
And have you found that?
Very good, just need to work, just need to practice
It pings off the face a bit hot sometimes.
Yeah, and I've not practiced it. I've literally used it 3 or 4 times in videos where I've just hit it.
Yeah,
and
but that's a serious option. I would work on that. Putting it's an option. That's fine. And then the other option you could do like a sort of little 7 or 8 iron into the bank. Yeah. Which I like. If you have got to get it in the air from a lie like this is where you do need to steepen the attack a little bit more. So I'd just get a little bit more on your left. You'd still hinge, but it's more like you can actually put a little bit of drive into this one. Okay, and make sure you're stunning into it.
So let's say this is a bunker right in front of you.
Yeah, if it's a bunker and you're going for a bit more height, I would get the 60 out, okay, because the 60s generally have a little bit more toe relief than this club here, but you'd go out and across, and you are looking to hit behind the ball still, but because you're letting that toe sit lower, it can still pop under it and get up in the air a little bit. So, it's not that tough a shot once you've sort of worked on it, but you see that still pops up really nice and soft still. But I'm using this part of the club.
Really good. So you come a bit closer?
You come closer and you work it out and across, but you're still hitting behind the ball. Okay. This for me is the easiest way to do it. If you're looking for the easiest shot, this is it. Okay.
That's an amber light, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amber, yeah.
It's a bit closer.
So let me get you absolutely perfect. So, a bit like there. Okay, that's it. And you feel like your feet want to be at this pin on the left. That's it. Both feet that way 1 inch. That's it, perfect. Handle a little higher. You've got to get the handle up higher. Coming a little bit closer. Okay, that's good. Now you're going to swing there to there, and you're going to feel like you have very little wrist. There might be a little bit, but you're feeling little wrist. And I just want you to hit behind and really feel like the toe is working across. Okay. Don't kill it. It's nice and smooth. Very, very good. That is the answer. That's how you play it. I wouldn't mess around, particularly with your tendencies of like driving. Although that is an option, I might do that. For you, this would be the way you do it. That even works from red light lies. So red light would be like it's in a divot. Yeah. Like that, okay? The only thing you might change, you just go a little bit more out to win in the previous swing.
Bit more out to win.
Okay, shame you rerouted that a little bit. You should have went out and then moved it back in.
Didn't know where I was going then.
Yeah. Right, don't treat it any different. It's such good shots, okay? I know it's the mental barrier here, isn't it? You've got to trust it, okay? So toe down, you go in this way. There you go. I mean, that's from a divot.
Yeah, that's good, isn't it?
Yeah. Put it in the worst lines, but put it down like
Put it back in the same divot.
There we go. That's in a hole now.
That's horrendous.
Yeah. Yeah, good shot. Very good. Very good. That divot's getting deeper and that popped out fine.
I mean, that's pretty awesome, that from there.
Let's try the 60 from there as well. Does that feel like it sits a little neater?
It seems like there's so much loft on it.
Yeah, it's gone out to win. Tis easy to get underneath it.
Look how high it went.
I mean, that's from a divot as well. Again, in there.
So that's more like the 2. All right, that's still pretty bad, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, that's actually sitting down, you see. So sitting down after. So you've got to work across still. Using the toe, out to win. Fantastic. You see it cutting in the air?
Yeah.
That's brilliant. So if you can get confidence and you practice this enough, there should be no lie you're frightened of. I mean, you're playing that from a hole to a tight pin.
I know.
Yeah?
I just feel like I need to really make my divot.
Really, just like a sieve, it just sieves across.
Well, if target's 12 o'clock there,
yeah,
I'm literally making that divot go to like 10.
Yeah, that's right. But then your face at address is offsetting that where it's pointing, you see, and it comes out somewhere in the middle. Right, I've created a lie you like the least. Grass growing into you to a short-sided flag. You say you normally either hit it here or over the green.
I feel like I'm either going to stub it and literally fat it, or just thin it straight through the back of the green.
Okay.
When I look at that lie, I'm like,
yeah,
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Because you see all the grass is growing this way, and you've also got this awkward tuft where again it's growing that way behind it, which has got a bit of depth to it as well, so it's quite sticky.
I hate just anything awkward lies, I just hate.
So the thing is, with your old tendency, if you're coming in with any drive this way, that is going to just grab it.
Yeah. And
you can play it that way, but you're just going to have to play for like no follow through, and you've got to be absolutely perfect. You can kind of hit down and sort of hold it, but see again, I mean, I've got an okay result, but you can see it's very hard to work through it. If it is into you, I'd be trying to use as much bounce and release of the club as possible.
Okay.
And then that will keep it going. So you really feel like it's going that way. And if it goes that way, it's going to slide through it. But you also got to remember, I mean, some of these lies are quite challenging. Anything sort of 6 feet here would be pretty good with that amount of grass growing into it. But you can see I'm going to use much more of like a release 2 here, and it has no problem getting through the turf. So it's basically the more it's growing into you, the more you want to release the club.
And that popped up so nicely.
Popped up fine, yeah.
I don't see these popping up nicely.
Yeah. There we go, to create that same lie. So there we go. Everything's into you. That way.
So you're not trying to chop across it too much?
Well, there's a shot. Well, I'll show you that as well. Let's try and play a sort of a fairly square one first. So take it back. That's it. And then it's really going that way. Okay. That was the idea. Do you feel it release?
Yeah, I just slowed down, didn't I?
You did, yeah. I mean, I do like that toe down one. We'll try that as well. I mean, that gives you sort of less interaction with the grass. So, but this, if you could have a little bit more speed with that release, I think it'll pop out. Let the club release, let it flow. There. That's the feel then.
Yeah.
Like how hard can you hit it? You know, you've got to feel that.
Was that released?
That was release 2 there, yeah.
And was that looking like release 2?
Yeah, yeah.
So do I not even for this need to feel like my releases are one bit out?
Oh, you will try and do a 3 to get a 2, you mean?
Yeah, because if I struggle to get a 1...
Yeah. You can't exaggerate this enough. Let's see you really exaggerating it.
So I actually feel like I can do 3 better than I can do.
Okay. Well, it's like easier because there's a bigger gap between it, yeah? See that? I mean, that was lovely. That was just great. Let's see where that release point was. So that was you trying to do a 3 and you did a 2.
Right, yeah.
Perfect 2. And that's really what you want through there. Anything less than that is going to tend to, when it's growing that much into you, is going to tend to grab it. Good. Good. And I think I mean, that's pure. I think like a lot of the shots you've hit today, and we'll get into this now really, it's like what are you doing before the shot?
I'm not even looking at it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm looking at line going, oh my God. Anywhere on the green sometimes.
Like, I think if you can just educate your eyes, right, about how to focus and how to kind of really see the shot, it's going to be huge for you. Now your technique's getting to a good place. It's like, where are you looking to, from that lie there, out the rough, your landing spot, I reckon it's going to be here.
Yeah.
So and focus on it, right? If you really stare at something long enough, it still sits in your mind. You know, when you see the tour pros have the practice swings, it's like they're actually playing a shot in real time. Like their eyes follow the ball, and they've seen it go in there. And often they look at it like that, don't they? After they've done the practice swing, then they're over the ball, landing spot hole. Last look is the landing spot, and they look at it. And then when they come back, it's like it's still sat there.
It is.
And I think you're not focused enough to really hold that image in your mind. Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
Putting, I can do that.
Yeah.
Long game, I can do that. Short game, I really struggle with it. Let's do it.
So see it land, see it running out. want to see the break on the green as well. Like where's it running in from? Played it well, landed it. I mean, how far from your landing spot?
2 feet left.
Left, yeah. So it's such a big skill, like the sense of, you know, looking where you want to land it, the sense of the sound as well in your practice swing. These are all what we call external focuses, like, and we'll play some different lies as well in a minute, but it's like, I think you've been so wrapped up internally, right? And you're getting to a good spot. You're learning a bit more about these different lies now, which is important. But I think from now on, you've got to really focus on where you're landing it. Can you see the ball go through the air? Can you see it land? And can you see it really breaking into the hole in like immense detail?
Yeah.
And have a long look about you want to land. That's your last image. Hold it in your mind and play to that picture you've created. Good. And there's a great saying in sport: aim small, miss small. Yeah. Right, that's your miss.
Yeah, I wasn't a million miles away there again.
Now from that sort of lie, I mean, that's particularly bad. I would play that a little bit more like the toe shot you've just done.
Okay.
Because that's going to size through it. Literally the same shot. Face right to target, feet left, work across, let the toe slide across the ball.
Ah.
Yeah.
Did we go, sorry,
Yep.
One thing I was thinking of that, did we go wider stance with this one?
You go a little, you go sort of hip width on this one. What you're doing there is you're respecting that lie too much. We've given the lie the respect it deserves from how we're setting up in the shot choice. From there, just keep it smooth and trust that you don't need to get into that.
Yeah.
Because you've spent years maybe just hitting it in front of you out the rough. So what your mind is like, just trying to bludgeon that thing out. We've got the right setup, we've got the right shot choice, the right club in your hand. Just feel like it's going to be much smoother, much more tick, tock, and let's just let it slide out. Okay, bruise behind it. Much better. Don't need to hit it hard if you've got the right shot.
Yeah.
That was good.
So this is when it's like a bit buried, grass is going into your...
Yeah, that's it. Toe sliding across. Great shot, pops out really easy. That's the best one, that. There you go. Real control.
Well, that was the closest I've hit to my line. So
Yeah.
I think I've got good eye. Like, I know where to land the ball. Like, I know what I'm trying to do. I'm struggling to land it where I want to land it, really.
Yeah.
That's the big thing.
But it starts with a plan, right?
Of course it does.
You've got to start with a plan, and you're working your technique there. Now, what about if it's sitting, because you sometimes get this one. Do you ever get this one that sits right up on top as well?
That's my favourite.
You love those. You're licking your lips at these ones.
Because I really feel like all I do is like I push it.
Yeah, just clip it off the top. Right, let's check it. That was okay. I mean, you hit it a little bit high off the face. If you look at them, yeah.
It's like there, then.
So what I would do on these ones, I'd actually try and like draw it off the top a bit more.
Okay.
Just make sure to guard against that. So just aim a little right, come in, and actually turn the face a bit to stop it going up the groove so much.
So aim right.
Aim right, pin at the, so aim the club face at the pin, feet 2 yards right, without rolling the club in, just turn inside, and just a gentle draw with the toe. A little bit more backswing. But there's no way that'll ride up the face, okay?
It felt more middled.
So same again, slightly inside and draw it. A bit more. Something to drive that handle a bit.
I was going to say, am I driving it? Am I
You are
where
a
I
little
want
bit.
to be?
Yeah. So sitting up on top, I'd be in here and draw it. See how the face is drawn? Like it just keeps it shallow, allows you to pick it off the top.
And what finish position am I looking for?
In terms of release, it's going to be like nearer to a release 2 position in terms of where the butt of the grip is, but the face is a draw face.
Okay, because I think I was much more like that then.
Yeah, you can just try and clip it off the top, but I think for you, because we know you're tented, I think you trying to do everything a bit more release to and draw it is a sensible option. But really drawing, that's it. Really feel like you're hooking it with the club face. And that have no chance of going up the grooves there.
No, that was much more middle.
Yeah. So these lines that sit up, yeah, I know what you mean. They look really easy, but they just need a little bit of respect because particularly if you want to hit a high one. Let's say you want to hit a high one to the pin now. That would very easily go right underneath it.
Yeah.
And you've done that way, it's just gone like a foot. So let's try and hit a higher one now. Ball forward, a bit more wrist hinge in the backswing, but same idea. You're still looking for a little bit of draw. Just hit it over the flag, just a little bit height. Yeah, that's nice. That's a draw feel to it. Because I think if you misunderstand that a bit and you're trying to release it and go under this way, the ball just wants to go up here.
That makes sense.
So what short game is all about is looking at that line, thinking about what angle of attack do I need to put on that.
So many
what
tools,
release?
that's the thing. I feel like I'm confused. I've played golf for so long. Like, why do I not have enough of a toolkit around the short game?
Yeah.
It's always surprised me that.
You've always done it sort of one way, you know, and you've become one-dimensional. Now you've got more shots. You haven't got to remember any of this stuff. It's like, it should become logical. The more you practice, it's like, okay, the ball's sitting up, I'll be shallow and draw. Okay, it's sitting down, I'll work across it. Well, that's nice. Right, Rick, we're in the bunker, which apparently is your new favourite place.
I've quite liked bunker shots in general anyway. But yeah, I've been really enjoying bunker shots recently. I feel like my consistency level, when it's good, it's like phenomenal.
Yeah.
But if you said hit all those shots now, I'm going to hit probably 80% of them good.
Yeah.
I'll thin one. I might thin two.
How do you think your lie reading is out of the sand?
I probably don't even think about it.
Okay, so maybe that'll be one of the root causes of that. It's like you're not quite anticipating how the ball will come out.
Yeah, I'm probably not even think about it.
But I mean, the big thing technically, I remember we worked on last time, was very much about trying to get you like in here narrower to increase the height and get a bit more spin.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's see where we are.
Some really nice shots with that. Further away, I've aimed to stand.
Okay, so how did that feel to you?
Too much sand.
Ran on a bit, yeah, too much sand. Not enough friction there. Setup looks good, happy with that. Pelvis is forward, left foot's great. You look settled and down, that's good. Okay, that's better. Okay, there's lots of good things in there. I don't want to change much here. You have started to stand too open though.
Okay.
Which is one of the reasons you're struggling with how you work in the sand there. That's why I tend to go left there on you as well. So if we did the old classic stand in my footprints, and then see how that aim feels to you. Distance from the ball should feel pretty good, but yeah, just get in there.
Yeah, that feels so closed.
Feels closed, yeah.
Closed and a bit close.
Okay, that's good there, that looks great. Yeah, there you go, and you don't have to hit it as hard then. If you look at that divot now, the divot's like was bang on the pin now.
The only challenge is that it felt because I was so square, I couldn't rotate.
Okay, well you can rotate, we'll give you the feel for that. I know what you mean though. So I much prefer that sand splash now. So I'd definitely go with that, but okay, but then we do need to, as you say, get around the corner still. So yeah, set up to the ball there. See if you feel a little square onto it. Backswing's good, you've got some good depth. Wrist similar to a soft leg, you get a little bit more that way, okay? As you come down, just release it. Yeah, and right round here.
Oh, okay.
I want it in that holster there. I really want to get around there, okay? And feel a wrist cup there.
Yeah.
Okay. So nice and square. Feel like you're coming like more inside this way, but then really late round the corner, narrow holster finish. Just drove out leg. Make sure that your feet are like planted. Put some weight through those feet. That's the best one. That still went around the corner and in the holster, yeah? Nice. Does that feel smoother?
Yeah. You know what I'm not always very good at is actually what do I want this ball to do? Going back to even all the other questions we have, like, do I want it to land short and roll on? Do I want it to land there and stop dead?
Yeah, I mean, we're on a downslope here. I would be looking to get 2 bounces of check to try and hold the slope and let it trickle out.
Okay.
You could play an old-fashioned sort of chunk and run here, but I think you're better than that, Rick. I want you to land this 12 feet short, 12, 15 feet short, check, check, and then roll down the slope. Like that, see the spin? Check, check. And there we go, lip out. Good. Again, it's just, you're just starting to visualise it better. You start to play the shot better. Shot. See the spin? See the picks going around?
Yeah, really nice.
So this is just a perfect combination with better technique, but just better visual. Like frame the shot first in your mind. Nice. Yeah, it's a ton smoother. Let's do some random lies now. Okay, now it might look okay, but if you're walking in this area, you can tell that it's more compact.
Yeah.
So if you feel that you walk into bunker and it feels like quite firm, is there anything that's going through your mind? Is there anything you're worried about or concerned
Obviously,
about?
thinning it is the worry.
Yeah.
I will typically look to play a short swing and hit close to the ball. I'm almost playing it not far from a chip shot.
Okay. Are you thinking at all about length of follow through?
No.
I think a nice way of managing it for you, if we're trying to keep things like really simple and really playable, I would be thinking about having a shorter follow through.
Okay.
Because what you don't want on this sort of lie is too much release that it will kick.
Right, okay.
So if you just feel like you're still going to get a bit of hinge in the backswing, but feel like you're going to stall out the follow through and like pinch it a little bit more, still taking sand, but basically you're actually returning a bit of sharp lean this time. So it's going to come out a little bit lower. There'll be some spin. The spin will be later. Just feel it bounce.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me show you how aggressive you need to be when it's, I mean, there's barely any sand there. So you actually went to the bottom of the bunker there. So rather than, if I try and do my normal release out of that lie, it's going to bounce, I'm going to thin it over the green, so I need to go more this way. So I'm leaning forward more. And you see it's gone that way. So I've still got control and I've played that absolutely off the base of the bunker.
Yeah.
Yeah? So it's just having that feeling of going this way through the ball where you're not letting it kick. And you've got to really switch two things on when you walk in a bunker. Number one, you've got to switch your eyes on. Your eyes can tell you a lot about how the ball's lying, but you've got to switch your feet on.
Of course you do.
Because your feet tell you everything. Pretty good. It slightly bounced. I'd say you over-release that a fraction. So, that way. There you go. Feel a difference?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's key, that. I can't tell how important that is. If you can just manage those lies. I mean, how many thins have you hit over the last couple of years where really it was simply the wrong release or the wrong swing for the lie you had? And then the opposite is when there's loads of sand, you want shallowers, okay? We don't want to get too deep digging into this lie because it'll just disappear. So loads of sand, it's coming over your shoe as you're walking in.
Yeah.
Right, so you wouldn't want to stand open on this.
The drawy one, is it?
The drawy one, yeah, exactly. So the logic's now coming out, Rick. So you're going to come in from the inside, really release it. It's a real release through here. Really work the sole back and big, long follow through. More follow through than that. Played it well, but we need more release than that. Really release it. So if I was playing from loads of sand, my follow through would look like this. Like really trying to get it over the shoulder. Yeah, it's a great shot. All about reading the lie. Get in. And then what about a lie? You know, sometimes you get the rakes where you get little rake marks.
Yeah, they're horrible then.
Yeah. So you let's say it's sitting like that.
Yeah.
So it's in a ridge. What's that going to do to the ball?
In the bottom of that ridge, it's going to have very little sand in.
Yeah.
And you've got a lot of sand. And I would possibly play it like the one we've just played here.
Yeah, I mean, if you play this normally,
across.
what's going to happen is, you see, because what creates spin and flight in bunker is the sand going under the ball, which creates the height and spin. Because you've got this ridge behind it, as you come in, that sand is going to work over the ball.
Yeah.
So it's going to come out and run. If we were going to a pin that was another 25, 30 feet on, and I've got that lie, I'm actually quite happy with that lie.
You're not bad with that.
Because you play a normal shot and let it run out. It'll run out 20 feet, that lie. If you've got that pin and you've got that lie, yeah, you've got to play it steeper. As you said, yeah, to get steeper and across it and manage it that way. Otherwise, it's just going to run on too much.
It's a bit hard.
Yeah, but managed it fine. So if you were going to go and practice, say, for like an hour's short game, right, from where you are now, I would like you to do 20-minute block practice.
Okay.
So like what we've done today, like repeat, go through some of your key points, but don't get too technical. As I say, you're nearly there.
Yeah.
So there's nothing major for you to do. And then from there, just focus then on, once you've done those 20 minutes, really focus on some random practice, like 40 minutes, like probably 30 minutes. Do 30 minutes random practice, and then finish with 10 minutes, have a test.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
So random practice, just going one ball.
One ball pressure.
Just literally.
That's what you've got to do. Literally, just have one ball, 'cause it's so tempting to have another in your pocket and throw it down. Just literally throw it, and we'll do that now, and play it as it lies, but go through it as if you're in a tournament. Like, have you practiced? Walk it out, have a look at it. Have you practiced swings? Visualize it. Play the shot. If you pull it off, great. If you don't pull it off, reflect on it. Do you think was it a mental error? Like, was your landing spot out? Was it the wrong club choice? Was it the wrong shot choice? Or was it a technical error? Or was it both?
Yeah.
And I think if you can start to, it's really important, I think you understand this, if you can start to think about, is it a mental error or is it a technical error? And reflect on it, that's how you really improve. And you don't just work solely on proximity.
Of course.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like that. Dan, fantastic coach, really is. Definitely worth checking out his book, The 3 Releases. Click the link in the top line of the description. We'll see you next time.